morning meeting and you were able to start your day. And now it is time for reading. So in reading this whole week, you're going to need your conversation buddy. So I have Mr. Mo with me and he is all ready to listen and read. He's going to hang out right here while we start up on the board. So this week in reading, we are looking at this question. We talked about it yesterday. What do good readers do? What's a good reader and how do they get there? Reading isn't easy, but there's a lot of ways that we can work to become better and be a good reader. So what do good readers do? We talked about that good readers, they work. It requires work. They work to understand what they read. The big word is understand. They work to understand. You have to know what you have read to be able to learn from it and remember it. Our goal is not to scan through a book and then totally forget what happened in the end. Our goal is to be a good reader by working to understand, to hold on to it, to know what we read. And there's a lot of ways to do this. There's not just one, but we are working on just one of them this week. This is our goal for the entire week that we started working on yesterday and we're going to continue today. Our goal says, I can use the strategy. Remember, a strategy is a tool. It's a way that we have. The strategy, read, stop, and think to understand what I read. So we're working towards the goal of understanding, to be a good reader. And we're using the strategy, our toolbox, read, stop, and think. We talked about that yesterday. It's a way for us to check ourselves. We're reading in smaller parts to see, did I understand what I just read? Because if so, and only then, can I move on? So that when we get to the end of the story, we totally know what happened. So let's review the 3 steps we need in this strategy. First, of course, you have to read. You have to read the story. We're going to read a little bit, and then once we find out, or once we think this is a good spot, we are going to pause or stop. We're going to give ourselves a little breather. And when we do this stop, that is when we are going to take some time to think. Doesn't have to be long, 30 seconds at the max, to just think back. Okay, what just happened? Who are the characters? What did they do? Were there any big events? Just so you can check yourself. Did I get it all what I just read? Because then and only then can I keep reading. So read, stop, think, and then read, stop, and think. It's a cycle in small little chunks. By the end of this week, you are going to do this strategy all on your own. But today, we are going to keep practicing together. Today, we are going to read the book, Hair Love. This book is Hair Love. It's about the main character, Zuzu. She has a big head of hair, and she has to find a lot of ways to manage it. Which I can relate to Zuzu because my hair is a little bit crazy and doesn't always do what I want it to. So I love this book because it's all about hair. So we're going to practice our read, stop, and think strategy with Hair Love today. So before we can start reading and using our good reader strategy, we have to have our conversation buddy with us because we're going to think with them. So make sure you have them there. We're going to head over to the library to read Hair Love. Okay, let's go. Okay, lovely people, are you ready to read Hair Love? This book is by Matthew A. Cherry, and it's illustrated by Vashti Harrison. So I have Mr. Mo right here ready to practice the read, stop, and think strategy. Here we go. My name is Zuri, and I have hair that has a mind of its own. It kinks, coils, and curls every which way. Daddy tells me it is beautiful. That makes me proud. I love that my hair lets me be me. In funky braids with beads, I am a princess. And when my hair is in two puffs, I am above the clouds like a superhero. My hair even does magic tricks. One day, Rocky and I were playing outside when along came the rain. From large to small it went. Presto, just like that. There is nothing my hair can't do. Today, I woke up extra early all by myself. I was too excited to sleep. It's a big day. Okay, we just read, and I think I want to stop because it seems like something important is going to happen next, and I want to make sure I just understood what I read. So, Mr. Mo, what just happened? Who is the character that just got introduced? And what is their hair like? So try and answer that question to your conversation buddy. Mr. Mo, so this character's name is Zuri, and she has big hair, and she can do a lot of fun things with her hair. She puts it in braids, she puts it in puffs, and when it rains, it really gets really small all of a sudden. So her hair does a bunch of different things. And our character is named Zuri. So when we're talking to our conversation buddy, you can talk at the same time as me, or you can practice just listening to me and Mo, because we're still just learning about the strategy. Okay, we just spent some time thinking about Zuri and what her hair was like. So now it's time to read again. Here we go. So she just said it's a big day. I wonder what that is. Daddy was still sleeping. Shh, I said to Rocky as we tiptoed past him. Lately, Daddy has been worn out. He makes me breakfast, takes me to school, goes to work, picks me up, and yesterday we went for a bike ride around the park. I think he needs a break. Because today is special. I want a perfect hairstyle. This calls for a professional's touch. Paws off, Rocky. Crack. Daddy heard the crash. Zuri, what on earth, he asked. Okay, I'm going to pause there again because a new character just got introduced and Zuri is on to something new. She's on a mission. So I want to take some time to think, make sure I understood what I read. So let's think about these questions with our conversation buddy. What new character got introduced? And what does Zuri want to do now? What is she doing now? What do you think, Mr. Mo? Go ahead and tell your conversation buddy. So the new character that got introduced was Daddy, Zuri's dad. And he's really busy. He does a lot of things. He goes to work, he takes care of Zuri, so he seems pretty tired. And then I noticed in the book, Zuri has an iPad, and she's trying to look up something that she wants to do. So Zuri's on a mission and it involves her iPad. So let's see what happens. Okay, I just checked myself to understand, to see if I understood, and now I can get back to reading. So the iPad just dropped and Daddy noticed. Let's see. I was only trying to help, I said. Daddy smiled. Can I help too? It'll be a piece of cake, Zuzu. The first style was a big no way. The second was no better. No, Daddy. Then Daddy tried slicking my hair back into 2 puffs. Ouch! Daddy yelled. Wait a minute, Daddy said, as he reached into the drawer and pulled out a pick. Ta-da! Daddy, really, I said. I'll be right back, he promised. Now, how's that, he asked, pulling a hat down over my eyes. Daddy, come on, we can do better than that. I really need my hair to be special. Don't worry, he said. We'll figure this out. Then I had a great idea. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop and check, because a lot happened with Daddy and Zuzu. So, let's see. Let's ask our conversation buddies. What were Daddy and Zuzu trying to do? What was happening just then in the story? What were Daddy and Zuzu up to? What do you think, Mr. Mo? Go ahead and tell your buddy. So, Mr. Mo, they were trying all these different hairstyles. They were trying to put her like in buns, in braids, puff it up, but none of the ways that Zuzu liked. She wants to keep trying. Her daddy's really trying to help her, but she wants to try another way. Okay, Mr. Mo is satisfied with our answer and our thinking time. So now we can go back to reading. See, it's only a quick pause, just a little check for yourself. Okay, Zuzu said she had a great idea. Let's see what it is. Daddy gathered all the tools we needed and we were set. Watching carefully, Daddy combed, parted, oiled, and twisted. He nailed it. Funky puff buns. Pretty, pretty, and so much fun. Rocky approved too. Click. I put on my superhero cape as the final touch to a perfect look. Where's my Zuzu? Mommy called from the door. She could not get in the house fast enough. Mommy! You've got to be the prettiest Supergirl I have ever seen, she said. And your hair is beautiful, Zuri. Who did it? I looked at Daddy and beamed. Mommy said, very nice. Thank you, we learned from the best. Daddy said as he gave her a big hug. My hair is Mommy, Daddy, and me. It's hair love. Okay, we're stopping because that's the end. And now is our last time to think. So what was the ending of the story? How did Zuzu's hair journey end? And what was she so excited to try and make her hair all pretty for? What happened at the end? Talk to your buddy. Mr. Mo, so what just happened at the end? So Zuzu and her dad got all these tools and they worked really, really hard watching this video to try and make Zuzu's hair into these funky, pretty buns. And Zuzu loved it so much. And then her mom came home. So Zuzu was trying to make her hair all pretty for when her mom got home. That was the special event. And she came home and it was a great ending. So that's what happened at the end of our story. Okay, so we are all done and we read this entire story doing our read, stop, and think strategy. You guys did a great job talking with your conversation buddies. So your job now is to, just like yesterday, take a video of you retelling the story of Hair Love. I want you to tell me what happened from the beginning to the end. What was the story that took place with Zuzu and her dad? Tell me how it started and make your way through to tell me how this story ended. And use your conversation buddy as part of your video. They helped you out so they can help you submit your assignment too. So take a video of you retelling the story of Hair Love, and I can't wait to see. Tomorrow we're going to work on this strategy again, but you're going to be a little bit more on your own. So take that video and let me see.